You were trained to be valuable, not powerful. And that difference quietly shapes your entire life. From childhood, the message was clear: study hard, behave properly, get credentials, find stability, be reliable, be responsible, be realistic. And if you did everything right, you would be secure. But nobody stopped to define what secure actually means. Because security is not wealth, security is controlled income. Wealth is controlled systems. Security means you are protected as long as you comply. Wealth means you own the structure itself. Imagine two people standing at the same starting line, same city, same economy, same era. One improves his resume, the other studies ownership. One becomes excellent at performing, the other becomes excellent at positioning. Fast forward 20 years. One still needs permission to earn. The other gets paid whether she shows up or not because she does not trade time. She controls systems. This isn't about intelligence. It's not about who works harder. It's about leverage. Most people think wealth requires owning things outright, saving until you can buy something completely. But that's not how the game works at scale. Wealth is about controlling assets with minimal personal capital. If you can control $1 million asset with a fraction of your own money, you benefit from the full movement. If it rises 10%, your return multiplies asymmetrically. Time plus borrowed capital plus appreciation. That formula creates exponential outcomes. The middle class fears debt. The wealthy categorize it. Some debt consumes, some debt expands. The difference is structure and intention. Understanding the difference changes everything. Employees earn, owners optimize. When income flows through a paycheck, it is visible, it is exposed, it is taxed immediately. When income flows through structure, it becomes adjustable. Business expenses, depreciation, asset-backed borrowing. The tax code is not neutral, it rewards ownership. This isn't conspiracy, it's architecture. If you operate inside the system without understanding its design, you will always feel like you are pushing uphill. Opportunities do not circulate publicly, they circulate privately. The biggest deals are not found online, they are offered in rooms you are not in. Access compounds just like money does. One introduction, one invitation, one partnership, that can compress 10 years into one. Networks are not about popularity, they are about proximity to movement. If you are always competing in open markets, you're playing the most crowded game available. Wealth moves quietly through relationships long before headlines appear. Most people experience inflation as pain, but inflation is directional. If you hold cash, it erodes you. If you hold appreciating assets financed with fixed liabilities, inflation works in your favor, debt shrinks, assets reprice, money loses value, ownership absorbs value. The question is not whether inflation exists. The question is which side of it you stand on. The most underestimated force in wealth building is not hustle, it is time exposed to growth. Compounding does not reward intensity, it rewards duration. The curve feels flat, slow, invisible for years, and then suddenly it bends upward. People call that luck. It isn't luck, it is patience multiplied by structure. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Hard work makes you efficient. Leverage makes you scalable. Efficiency improves income. Scalability builds wealth. Most people optimize effort inside a system they never analyzed. But once you understand the system, the questions change. You stop asking, how can I work harder? You start asking, how can I position smarter? That shift does not change everything overnight, but it changes everything permanently. Now you see the structure. The only question left is, will you keep playing the default game, or will you learn how the board actually works?